Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Nate and this is NK Gaming Adventures. I hope you guys are all doing well today. And we are back here in my garage with another how-to video. Recently, in the last week since the new update came out to my garage, the URP update, it has broken some mods. And for all my players that use mods, you guys know this quite well. Well, some of those mods that have been, I guess you can call broken but aren't broken, are the plasma cutter and air compressor. And I've been asked at least a handful of times already in the last week from people that have seen the air compressor plasma cutter in my videos, how are you getting those visible again? Because, as you know, if you use those, they show up invisible after the update. That's why I say they're broken, but they're not. Well, today I'm going to show you what you need to make those mods visible again in your game so you can see them and they will work. So, let's get into it. What you're going to need to make the air compressor that you see over there and the plasma cutter over there visible again, what you will need is another mod that you can find off of Nexus Mods called the Material Master. And you can see if you look at the bottom of your screen, it says Material Master. This little palette here is the Material Master. It is a mod that paints individual parts. So say like I drop this move tool, right, onto it. You can color it. Okay, and I will show you once we get over to the shop on how to buy the invisible item like the air compressor or plasma cutter, drop it on the plasma cutter, or Material Master, excuse me, and you paint it. And you paint everything you can, and I will show you, walk you through that with the air compressor. I won't do it for both of them, because it's the same basically for both. But yes, to get these guys working again in-game, that's what you'll have to do, because they show up invisible. So, yep, go grab you the Material Master, this guy that I'm carrying over here that looks like the palette. Go grab that off of Nexus Mods, like I said, because without this mod, you will not be able to do this. So let's come on into the store.
Ever went to Steve's pawn shop?
Of course, he's going to talk to us.
Stay away from that place if
So what my thing is when you come into game, right? If you do not have the Material Master loaded in as a mod in your game ever before, it will spawn here in game for the first time about right here in this area. And then you can get the move tool. You have to have the move tool. You can't move it without the move tool. So you have to have the move tool, and you pick it up and you can move it wherever you want, over to your shop, wherever you want. It doesn't have to stay in the store here. So what I recommend is picking it up wherever you have it, drop it right here, so it's close to the counter. And you will see why in a minute I say this. So drop it there. Usually when you come into the store, right, the air compressor and plasma cutter are over here, right? And they're visible. You can see them. Well, right now, they are invisible. They are still here in the same area. I'll prove to you right there. Air compressor comes up. The plasma cutter is right there. $1,800. You can see that better there now at the bottom of your screen. So we're going to do the air compressor. We're going to buy it. It's going to spawn on the counter where it always does after you buy it. So click to buy it. There you go. And come over to the counter and find it where it is. It's going to be invisible, right? It's going to be a little weird. Pick it up. Do not drop it. Okay? If you drop it, you might not be able to find it again. It could be hard. So that's why I say it's good to have the Material Master right next to you. So pick up the air compressor. Hover over it like this so you get air compressor to come up. Left click. And once you left click, hold it. And then that, the air compressor, to let you know that's the air compressor, will go away once you have picked it up. Now you still have a hold of it. Turn and drop it over the Material Master palette. And release the left mouse button and it will drop onto the pallet. Now, all this stuff comes up. I know it looks confusing, and some of it I still have a hard time figuring out what it all does, and I've been using it for a while. I'm no expert on the Material Master in any way, shape, or form. But this will come up. Don't be too afraid of it. It looks intimidating, I know. So, your first thing that comes up is going to be, I believe, is your tank to color. To color, if you want to paint, we're not talking about chrome right now. We will get into chrome. And I don't remember what all these are, these parts to paint. And there's a lot of them, trust me. There's a lot to go through to paint this air compressor to get it all to show up. I may mess up here or there a little bit on the painting, but we will get it right, and it won't take all that long. So, the first thing that comes up, don't even worry about selecting anything from over here. Just go here, check these 4 boxes. Add paint support, enable color change, disable paint counter, and use empty material. Check all those boxes. Do not check the chrome one right now. I'm just going to leave it this color, this orangish red color. It's more of a red color, but I think it has some orange in it. Just leave it as that. It's going to paint your tank at first. And then hit apply. It's going to charge you money, so make sure you have money. Every part you paint costs a different money amount. Click apply. See, now your tank shows up. It's visible now. So, when you go, you don't need to click that. I was just making sure. That is your tank right here. This one right here, or the air compressor, the first one that comes up is your tank. I don't want to try to confuse you guys. But part of this is good. You guys are going to have to do this yourself if you've never done it to be able to fully understand it. And then, now go over here after you painted your tank. Click on drain valve. Click on that. This comes up. Now, everything unchecks itself because you're on a new part. Click these here. This is going to be your drain valve that colors. Let's color this one black so it's a different color and it's darker so we can see what it is. Now, this one changed now. It's only $5. Click it. Apply. So that didn't bring up anything or anything that I see so far. And then your EL motor. There's 3 different parts for this one. Let's do black again. So you can go, if you want to use the same color as your last one, you can use the last color. Click it. And it'll bring you to your last color you used. Apply again. That's a different dollar amount. Now your motor shows up. Now, to paint the rest of your motor, click this second one, Material Index 1. Or the first one, if you want to call it. That one's number 2. Let's use this red again on there. And apply. And then we will do this one like a white one. Let's do white on this. All right, and see here, it changed a different color. Then now we're done with that part. Go to gauge. Let's do a... This is going to be your Material Index 0. Let's chrome that and apply. Now that comes up. Click on your Material Index 1. Let's now click all these because we're going to paint again. Let's just make it a red and see what it does for red. Okay, so that shows up. That's like your little notches on your inside your gauge to let you know where your dial's at. And then click on Material Index 2. Let's do a white this time. And that colors the inside of your gauge there. Now, you can color this stuff any color you want, okay? Material Index 3. Now, let's go there. This one hasn't been painted. And you'll know if you haven't painted anything because there won't be any boxes that are checked. Now let's do this for Material Index 3. I can't remember what this one does. Let's just go with... You know what? Let's do a different color like a blue. Okay. And then let's go now, since we did gauge 1, let's go to gauge 2. And we will chrome the second gauge. That comes up again. Let's kind of do the same thing we did before. I don't remember exactly what we painted what. And again, it really doesn't matter. Let's do... And then now we got gauge 2, the hex nipple. I think that's what it's, nipple, yeah. Let's chrome that. That shows up right there. Then hex nipple 2, let's chrome that also. You get some of these fittings chromed. And then a hose. Let's paint the hose. This is going to be part of the hose, I believe. Let's do a... Oh, it really doesn't matter. FFF 900. That does part of your hose. And then we got another knob here. Let's go with black again. And then your legs. We'll just make our legs black also. And then manifold. Let's see what it comes up for a red manifold. Okay, so that shows up there, right underneath that gauge. And then a pressure release valve. Let's go chrome on that. Okay. And then a quick connector, let's chrome that. See how that chromes there? T-pipe. Let's chrome that guy. That chromes all those fittings together now. And then your air nozzle. I think let's chrome that. And then your air nozzle, I think chrome that. And then this here, let's add some paint onto this and see how this does. Oh, just had it. Trying to get that FFF 900. I don't know. That's close enough. Okay, and that paints the rest of your hose going up to it. So that is all of your individual parts on the air compressor. I know it's a lot. Okay, let's just hit escape to escape out of the Material Master. And now, guys, this is your air compressor, all painted up.
Not that I don't trust you, but make
visible
sure
again.
Please. I don't want to get fired again.
So you can see your gauges. I know we painted some things a little different colors, but you know, it is what it is. But your gauges are different colors, your fittings are all there. Everything's there. Pick this up, use it. All right. And then now you can carry, if you have the special bag, you can pick up the air compressor and bag it. Grab this guy. And the store's about to close, I think, at 1800, so might as well get everything out of the store again so I don't have to do it later on. And we'll carry it back to the shop because I do use the Material Master quite a bit. So, let's drop it back down over here. Drop this here. Now I'll show you guys the air compressor that we just painted in the store over there. Works. Now my tires aren't flat, but I will just show you guys. There you go. See? It works. My tires are inflated, that's why it only goes so much, so. Alright guys, there it is. Painted pretty much the same exact that we just did the other one. I didn't realize I was doing the same colors, but hey, it is what it is. It works out pretty nice. So, like I said, guys, you can paint this any color you want. You don't have to use the colors that I used. So, like I did the plasma cutter, this one looks all wild, doesn't it? All different colors on it and everything. But yeah, guys, it will if you're using the welder. The welder, the main part of the welder that does all the work will work on the Material Master. But the problem is with the welder I found is you have the spool of wire. The spool of wire does not color. And also the tank or the tanks for the welder do not color on the Material Master. So that makes basically the welder, I don't want to say unusable, but it makes it hard to use. Just like the spray paint air compressor. The spray paint air compressor can also be painted, but the problem is the cans that are used, the special modded cans to use for the spray paint air compressor, you cannot paint those. So I've done it. You can grab the invisible cans off the ground and put them in the spray paint nozzle gun for the air compressor spray paint mod, and it works. It does, but it makes it extremely hard because you can't see the cans. So those mods can be done too, but it's limited and it can be much harder. These two actually will show up. I've actually deleted the welder and what's the other one? The welder and the other one I was talking about. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Sorry guys, that happens sometimes. But yeah, I've actually deleted those other two mods out of my mod file, or mod folder, I should say, and only have kept these because they can be made visible once again. So there you guys go. I know this turned into a longer how-to video than I had planned, but you know, I guess you guys can skip forward if you want to the good parts. So I hope you guys do watch the whole thing though. So yeah, guys, I want to also say thank you, and I should do this at the beginning of the video. Thank you to all my recent subscribers, my new subscribers. I do appreciate it very much. So if you guys like this video, please leave it a like. If you like my content, like my channel, consider subscribing to me. All your support is greatly appreciated. So until next time, guys, we'll see you later.